The end of all flesh has come. The earth is filled with violence. I will destroy it.
What if God told you to build an ark when rain had never fallen before, and everyone around you thought you were crazy? This is the story of Noah and the flood that changed the world forever. What if the entire world turned against everything you believed in? What if obeying God meant standing completely alone, working for years on something no one understood, mocked by people around you, rejected by your generation, all while trusting a promise that seemed impossible? This is the story of Noah, a man who built an ark when rain had never fallen, a man who warned a world that refused to listen, and the man God used to preserve life from total destruction. In the early days of humanity, the earth became filled with corruption. This didn't happen suddenly. It grew slowly, like poison spreading. Violence became normal. Wickedness became everyday life. People took what they wanted and destroyed anyone who stood in their way. The strong ruled over the weak, and justice disappeared. These were not simple people. They built cities, created tools, made music. They were intelligent and creative, but they used every gift for evil. Their thoughts were constantly filled with darkness, and the earth itself seemed to cry out under the weight of their sin. And God saw it, not just with anger, but with deep sorrow. The Creator who made everything good now saw a world filled with corruption, and he made a decision. But in the middle of that darkness, one man was different. His name was Noah. The Bible describes him simply. He was righteous. He was blameless in his generation, and he walked with God. While the world chose evil, Noah chose obedience. While others ignored God, Noah remained faithful, even if it meant standing alone. Then God spoke to Noah. The end of all flesh has come. The earth is filled with violence. I will destroy it, but I will save you. Imagine hearing those words. The entire world would be judged, but Noah and his family would be preserved. Not because he was perfect, but because he had faith. Then God gave him instructions. Build an ark, a massive structure, hundreds of feet long, something the world had never seen before. And Noah obeyed. Day after day, year after year, he built the ark. People laughed at him. They mocked him. They thought he was foolish. For years, Noah warned them. He called them to turn back to God. But no one listened. Not one person. Outside his family. Then something incredible happened. Animals began to come. From every direction, they entered the ark. Noah didn't chase them. God brought them. And then God said, "Enter the ark." Noah, his family, and the animals went inside, and God himself shut the door. For days, nothing happened. The people outside laughed. But then, everything changed. The sky broke open. Rain fell like never before. The earth shook, and water burst from the ground. The flood came. Cities disappeared. Mountains were covered. Everything outside the ark was destroyed. But inside the ark, Noah was safe. For months they floated, waiting, trusting, not knowing when it would end. But God remembered Noah. The waters began to go down. The ark rested on the mountains. And finally, God said, "Come out." Noah stepped onto a new earth, a fresh beginning, and the first thing he did was worship. God made a promise. Never again would he destroy the earth with a flood. and he placed a rainbow in the sky as a sign of that promise. Noah's story teaches us this: even if the whole world turns away, God can still use one faithful person. Obedience may look foolish, but it leads to protection. Faith means trusting God, even when nothing makes sense. If you believe God still protects those who trust Him, type Amen. And don't forget to subscribe for more powerful stories.